Robin Dettman,
Is that me?
closing the teaching gap.
Yes. Well, we're talking about all these other things. We also have schools that we're trying to improve. And a friend of mine, Don B Barlow, he goes by the name of Bart. I don't know, Ron, do you know Bart?
No, I do.
Anyway, he's an education consultant. He's been a superintendent. He's been a school principal. But he's mostly been involved with looking at the how education works. And there was a book that came out that was called The Teaching Gap. And this is kind of a response to that. But one of the things he does, he's a coach. And he and I have something in common, and we're both coaches. But he wrote this book, and he wrote it in a way that a building administrator, an instructional leader could use this. It kind of coaches them through the process of how they can work with their teaching staff to look at the practices they're using to find ways to improve them. Looking at the outcome for students, and it's student-centered. So they work with the students to determine what's the disconnect. If the students aren't doing well in math or science or something like that, working with the students to find out what's the disconnect. Why aren't they able to learn from the way that the instruction is being practiced? So it's a process where the administrators, the instructional leaders in the building, and he and I both advocate for having coaches available for all building administrators. It's not that they're not capable. It's just that in anything that you do, particularly something that you need to improve and get better at what you're doing, and you need to look at your own practices, coaching is one of the best ways to do that. And every successful athlete that exists, they all have coaches. There's a reason for that, because they know that as good as they are, a coach looking at their practice and what they're doing can help them see things they can't see for themselves and continue to improve their practice. And then those people become coaches themselves. But I'll pass the book around if you want to thumb through it real quickly. But I've read it. It's really spectacular in terms of being a tool. I think every building administrator should have this as a tool to help them in their practice of improving the practice of their teachers. So I just wanted to introduce that to people. I think it was published in 2012. It's available I got it on Amazon.
Got it, thanks.
I haven't checked to see if it's in the library yet. If it isn't in the library in Rochester, then I'll recommend that they put it in the library. And anybody that's involved with education could use it, but it's primarily focused on educational leadership. And I just think that it would go a long way towards helping the educators improve their practice. And it's not that they don't want to, but sometimes they don't really know how to. And a coaching process, particularly somebody that is as good as he is at improving the teaching process, will go a long way for doing that. So.
Right. I'll have to take a look through that.